Hi guys, and welcome back to Pura Track Learning. So today we're going to talk about your legal responsibilities as a company director. So first of all, congratulations if you just registered your company. If you haven't registered but you're watching this, you're still welcome here, and I hope this video is helpful for you guys. Here at Pura Track, we mainly specialise in companies limited by guarantee. So the information I'm going to give in this video is for directors of companies limited by guarantee. However, generally the principles I'm going to share are going to be helpful, but you may want to watch other videos by other people if you're a director of a company limited by shares, because I won't be touching on those things today. So if you are a company director, you're a director of a company, there are certain things that you need to know, certain responsibilities that you have for your company. So as a company director, off the bat, you are basically responsible for your company. You are the one who needs to make sure that your company is essentially doing what it was set up to do. You are the person who's legally responsible for the company in making sure that your company complies with the law, company complies with the regulations that we have to keep to. So as a company limited by guarantee, as a director of a company limited by guarantee, you mainly have two bodies that you need to report to. That is Companies House and that is HMRC. So in this video, I'm going to touch briefly on your legal duties and the ways in which you need to comply with Companies House and HMRC. So first of all, once a year, as a company director, you need to make sure that your company files what is called a confirmation statement. This was once called an annual return, but it's now called a confirmation statement. So this is what this basically is a statement which allows Companies House to make sure that they have the most accurate and up-to-date information about your company. So you're basically going to let them know who the directors are. If you have any secretaries, you'll let them know this as well. Who are the people with the most significant control. You will let them make sure that they have the right information about your directors, the right correspondence address, the right office address for your business, etc, etc. Your confirmation statement basically lets them know they have the right information. It also helps them to know that you pick what are called SIC codes, or some people maybe call them SIC codes, or you may call them a trade classification code. You basically will pick up to 4 of these areas, just like you did when you registered your company, but you will basically make sure once a year that these are up to date when you file your confirmation statement. So that's one of the things that you have to do to comply with Companies House. Failure to file your confirmation statement, there isn't a fine. However, failure to file it completely could result in your company being struck off the registrar. So the second thing that you need to comply with regards to Companies House is making sure that you file your annual accounts on time. Okay, so with this there is a fee for filing late, so the suggestion is to make sure that you get this done on time. Even if you have an accountant, and it's the same that's going to apply to HMRC, even if you have an accountant, you as the director are still responsible to make sure that these get filed on time. So late payment fees with Companies House start at £150 for being up to 1 month late. So even if you're a day late, then obviously it's going to, up to 1 month late is going to give you a fee or a penalty of £150. Late payment penalties start at £150 and it goes up to £375 if you're 1 to 3 months late. Then it goes up to £750 if you're 3 to 6 months late, and then it goes to £1,500 if you're more than 6 months late. Now if you happen to file late 2 years in a row, these amounts are doubled. So it is a criminal offence not to file completely. So if you are late filing, then obviously you get a penalty fee and you are expected to pay that penalty fee. However, so the suggestion is just not to be late. But if in the event that you don't pay your late penalty fee, you don't file, then this becomes a criminal offence, and so further actions are taken. And obviously this could result again in your company being struck off the registrar. This could also result as you as a director actually having a personal fine as well, because that was your responsibility and you failing to meet it. So I'm going to move on now to just talk about HMRC. So you have to file, what I've said, if with Companies House you have to file your confirmation statement and your annual account. With HMRC you need to file your company tax return. Okay, so it's not to get these two things mixed up. Companies House is where you look, is a register of companies in England and Wales, but with regards to HMRC, this is what you're filing for tax purposes, to allow HM Custom and Revenue and Customs to know how much your company has made and whether you need to pay corporation tax. Your company will pay corporation tax based on your profits, okay? Your corporation tax return is what you have to file with HMRC, also called your CT 600. So you can file your annual account and your CT 600 together, but the suggestion will probably be to do them separately. Similarly to Companies House, failure to file these on time does result in a fine. So with HMRC, being even 1 day late results in a £100 fine just off the bat from 1 day. If you're 3 months late, that's another £100, and then basically 6 months they will begin estimating what they think you owe them, and they will add a 10% penalty onto that based on what they've assumed that you need to pay in tax. And then if you're up to 12 months late, again they will add another 10% on any unpaid tax as well. The suggestion is just to get your filing, set up a system in your business with your accountant, with whoever it is. If you're your person doing it yourself, or you have an accountant or someone's helping you to file account, make sure that you set up a system to make sure that you get these filed on time. If you fail to file 3 times in a row late with HMRC, what was initially a £100 fine will be increased to £500 at each increment that I mentioned before. So I'm not trying to make this video long. There's quite a few things with regards to when your accounts are due within your first year. That may be a separate video that I might make at that time. But as a company director, you need to make sure you have your annual accounts filed, your company's corporation tax return filed, and your confirmations filed on time. Okay guys, so these are your main legal responsibilities. There are other responsibilities, as I said. If your company, for example, has a VAT taxable turnover of over 83k, then you will also need to register for VAT. And then if you happen to have a company that either has a turnover of more than 10.2 million or more than 50 employees, or your balance sheet shows more than 5.1 million, then you also will have to file a director's report. So as a director, you will have to have that responsibility as well. So guys, I hope this video has been helpful for you, and if it has, let us know by hitting that thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe now by hitting the red subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time on Pura Track Learning. Bye guys.